असङ्गोऽहम् 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 पुनः पुनः सच्चिदानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः नित्यशुद्धविमुक्तोऽहम् निराकारोऽहमव्ययः भूमानन्दस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः नित्योऽहम् निरवध्योऽहम् निराकारोऽहमच्युतः परमानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः शुद्धचैतन्यरूपोऽहम् आत्मा रामोऽहमेव च अखण्डानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः प्रत्यक्षचैतन्यरूपोऽहम् शान्तोऽहम् प्रकृतेः परः शाश्वतानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः तत्त्वातीतपरात्माहम् मध्यातीतः परशिवः मायातीतपरञ्ज्योतिः अहमेवाहमव्ययः नानारूपव्यतीतोऽहम् चिदाकारोऽहमच्युतः सुखरूपस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः मायातत्कार्यदेहादि मम नास्त्येव सर्वदा स्वप्रकाशैकरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः गुणत्रयव्यतीतोऽहम् ब्रह्मादीनां च साक्ष्यहम् अनन्तानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः अन्तर्ज्योतिस्वरूपोऽहम् कूटस्थसर्वभूस्म्यहम् सर्वसाक्षिस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः प्रज्ञानघन एवाहम् विज्ञानघन एव च अकर्ताहम् अभोक्ताहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः निराधारस्वरूपोऽहम् सर्वाधारोऽहमेव च आप्तकामस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः तापत्रयविनिर्मुक्तः देहत्रयविलक्षणः अवस्थात्रयसाक्ष्यस्मि अहमेवाहमव्ययः दृग्दृश्यौ द्वौ पदार्थौ स्तः परस्परविलक्षणौ दृग्ब्रह्मदृश्यं मायेति सर्ववेदान्तडिण्डिमः अहं साक्षीति यो विद्यात् विविच्यैवं पुनः पुनः स एव मुक्तः स विद्वान् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः घटकुड्यादिकं सर्वं मृत्तिकामात्रमेव च तद्वद्ब्रह्म जगत्सर्वम् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः ब्रह्म सत्यं जगन्मिथ्या जीवो ब्रह्मैव नापरः अनेन वेद्यं सच्छास्त्रम् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः अन्तर्ज्योति बहिर्ज्योतिः प्रत्यग्ज्योतिः परात्परः ज्योतिज्योति स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिशिवोऽस्म्यहम् ज्योतिज्योति स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिशिवोऽस्म्यहम्.
Hari Om. Good evening. A very warm welcome to all of you. Please come, let's invoke the power of praying together on the second day of the auspicious Navaratri. Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vedvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. O Lord the Almighty, the Omniscient, the Omnipotent, and who also has the divine name Sahasra Amshuhu, to such a magnificent, all-pervading, supreme reality, together with Shraddha, Bhakti, and Prapatti, we offer our humble most salutations. O Lord, we seek your grace, your mercy, your blessings, your kindness, your strength, your forgiveness. O Lord, bless us with the divine qualities such as Shraddha, Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya, Prapatti, and Mumukshutvam in much more enhanced manner. This is only and only to understand thy true self as a living experience, as an Aparoksha Anubhuti right within our hearts in this very life alone. And this is possible truly and solely by thy grace. Give me the strength to do my sadhana without a laid back attitude, without finding reasons, but with all the energy, perseverance, alertness, and the quest to become one with you. Our humble salutations to the entire Guru Parampara. Om Tat Sat. with the grace of the Almighty and the blessings of the Guru Parampara. Today we are on a Divine Discourse number 444 and the inset Aparoksha Anubhuti session 32. On the 23rd of September 2025, Swasti Shri Vishwavasunama Samvatsara Dakshinayana Sharadrutu Ashvayujamasa Shukla Paksha Dvitiyatitau Bhaumavasare Hasta Nakshatra Brahmanama Yoge Kaulava Karane. On this auspicious day of Tuesday and the auspicious time of the evening, we collectively take a firm resolve. Naham karta hari karta, hari preranaya hari prityartham. Having the rarest privilege to understand the supreme knowledge, I now come to a conviction: there is only but one, there is no second, which means it is He and He alone who is appearing as everything. Having overcome the ignorance, I firmly stay in that knowledge, being completely established in that self-awareness. By knowledge, by thought, by my mind, and in and through my action. O Lord, give me the strength to be established more and more in this thought, and make this the reality of my life. Our humble salutations to the Guru Parampara. Om Tat Sat. Good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome to all of you. I hope you all are reading the WhatsApp message as to what we are going to learn today. That gives you an overall macro picture of what we are going to study. And I'll tell you why this is important. One is, as you know, like any athlete, a player, before, like say, they get into action, they play that action in their mind. Now, for example, let's say a person is on the golf court and is going to hit. What he does is, before hitting, he plays that action as to how his body is going to move, with what kind of energy, what is the quantum of strength he is going to use, and what is the flow in terms of the direction he is going to hit the ball. Now, this is known as a neuromuscular skeletal alignment, and it has proved, in fact, this is the secrets of the so-called ultimate winners. So, applying this same formula, now once we are here to learn something. We are not doing something at the body level, but we are doing at the mind level. So when you know what is in front of me, now what happens when you don't know anything? Everything is coming to you extempore. And there is a bit of a confusion for the mind as to where are we going. But once you know that the program, let's say you have a schedule, itinerary of what the day looks like, then you're not worried. Okay, now lunch means you may have a question, is it 20 minutes lunch or is there a 45 minutes break? And then after that, do you have time for some rest? So like all these things, once you have the itinerary in place, how your mind is at peace and you're able to plan yourself well. So in fact, today I had mentioned that please come in a state where you have done your brahmari pranayam, you're calm, you're cool, maybe if need be take a nap, and then if need be you refresh yourself having a cup of coffee or tea. But what I wanted was that alertness, that preparedness. Reason being, now every shloka we are learning over here, if you get the gist of one shloka and you stick to it, you will be good to get through. And why do we have a 10 minutes login period? The 10 minutes login period is not that you have to come by the 9th or the 10th minute. It is like if you are not prepared yourself, the very sequence of you coming 9-10 minutes before and listening to the mantra chanting, you relax. You may be coming from somewhere, you wash your face and you freshen up and you come and sit. Your heart is still pounding. You need to cool down. So, and that's the time where you can do some brahmari pranayam. Calm your mind, prepare your mind in such a way that you are able to absorb the maximum from the discourse or the session. So these are all preparatory. Just like when you're making some rotis, you need to have a hot pan. Rotis will come out very well. So in the same manner, you need to cool down your mind. That will take you to another level. Okay. Now, I'll just tell you what we are going to understand and learn today. I'll take you from the verse 70, where how this body and Atman, how they have got mixed up together. Very briefly, I'll tell you from that time onwards, because from the verse 70 to 86, it's all about Bhagavan Shankaracharya is giving us the fine examples to know, see, in this way it has got misconstrued. It has got misunderstood that way. So we have that knowledge, and now he goes to another level. He then takes a U-turn. So that's the reason we need to know this particular way which we have crossed so far. It's very simple. Only thing what we need is a fresh mind and an attentive mind. That's all what you need. And what is the advantage of getting this knowledge? Being established in this kind of a knowledge which we are going to learn over here, he gives beautiful example again, like Padma Patram Imambasa. You have a lotus leaf, and on that leaf, whatever be the amount of rain which is falling, the leaf will not hold a single drop. So make your life like that Padma Patra, lotus leaf, where whatever be the kind of pressure falling on you, it should not affect you, but it is just passing through. And he also speaks about the Prarabdha karma. We have studied Tattva Bodha. If you can recap and revise, we have three types of karma. One is Sanchita, Prarabdha, Agami. Sanchita is your capital account, which is like millions and millions and millions of lives which you have led, you have lived. All the karma, good and bad, is accumulated in the capital. And from here comes the dividends. Just like you get interest from your FD account, From time to time, a birth is decided for you. Whether you are going to be a worm, you are going to be a bird, you are going to be a animal or a human or a devata, whatever it is. From that it is computed and you get a birth. And in that birth, you will have all the joy and sorrow which is going to be coming to you from time to time. And thereafter, now in this birth, whatever you are doing, that will get accumulated to the sanchita karma, the good and bad of this birth, and that is known as the agami karma, which you are going to do henceforth. So, what is collected, we know. What is going to come in future? Yes, now it is in my hands, you can say so. That you will be seeing whatever karma is unfolding, that will all get added. Like you have a current account or a savings account, you give a check, money is depleted, money goes away. You deposit money, then the bank balance increases. When you give a check, the bank balance decreases. So this way, addition, deletion, that is the agami. But now the prarabdha, the Vedas and the Upanishads say that prarabdha karma cannot be changed, be it for the most sinful person or be it for the most pious person. It is like an arrow which has been left from the bow. So once it is left, you cannot take it back. Here, Bhagavan Shankaracharya, he contradicts it. He says, for a Jivan mukta, there is no prarabdha karma also. Now, how does he contradict it? In what context he says this? That is something which we need to learn. So, why I am going to start from the beginning is, otherwise you will not get the hang of the entire subject. Now, how he is going to take a U-turn and all that I said, so we'll understand this. So, before that, before we go to the understanding of these shlokas, I'll just mention. Imagine, now from 70 to 75 verses, meaning 5 verses, what is saying? The foolish one sees the Atma as the body. Vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadatmanaha. He uses this same second line for all the 5 verses. Vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadatmanaha. Meaning here you are construing the Atma as the body. What does this mean? I'll give you one of my life incidents. I was studying in the late 70s in Bengaluru in the Ramakrishna. I was staying in the Ramakrishna Vidyarthi Mandiram, that happens to be next to the Ramakrishna Ashram, run by the Ramakrishna Mission. So, studying in Vijaya College, so daily while going to Vijaya College, at the Ramakrishna Square we had a small canteen which was known as SLV tiffin room. And there I was there for 2 years. I used to see one person who was very active, and then I got to know that he is the manager. Every day it was a pleasure seeing him. Reason is he was so active, like so many people coming in the early morning. My college was at 7 and I used to go there by about 7:15, 20 for my breakfast and then head to college. Now, I came to know him, used to talk to him daily and all that. By the time I was leaving, almost at the end of 2 years, I got to know that he was not the manager, but he was the owner. Now, see, I asked him, why are you pretending as the manager? If you were the owner, you could have said that I am the owner. He said, Swami, what do I do? These people, they'll all ask for credit. So I say it's not in my hands. My owner has told me not to give credit, to avoid all this kind of credit business and then keeping an account and then following up with them. There are so many bad debts. So I pretend to be the manager. Now understand this concept. Now I'm going to use this concept for us to understand the shlokas, where the Atma and the body has got mixed up. Atma is the owner, body is the manager. Okay, so using this concept we'll try to understand, because unless and until you get these concepts straight, you will not understand what is being conveyed. I'm telling you. So this is one of the, I was trying to prepare myself how to explain this. In so many shlokas, 17 shlokas, the same thing has been said. But what is it conveying? That was the challenge. So then I came up with this understanding. Let's see how it makes sense. Okay, now verse number 70. We'll go very fast. Similar to the ignorant one seeing a snake in the rope and silver in a shell, the foolish one sees that the Atma is the body. You're getting it? I'll just explain here. Actually, it is a rope. There is no snake over there. But in ignorance, what do you see? You are presuming a snake over there. Is there a snake over there at all? No. It is only rope and rope. But you are seeing a snake. So here what is there in this body? It is nothing but Atma and Atma alone. But you have mistaken it to be the body. You have forgotten the Atma. You are stuck in the snake, in the body. You have forgotten the rope and you are stuck in the snake. So this way. Now next. Seeing a pot in a clay and cloth in threads. So the foolish one considers the Atma as a body. Similarly, an ignorant one, he is seeing a earring in gold. He is seeing waves in water. So the foolish one considers Atma as a body. Similarly, an ignorant one sees a man in a tree, like a stump, he sees a man in a tree. He sees water in a mirage. So the foolish one considers Atma as the body. And the 70 next verse is seeing a house in pieces of wood. They are nothing but pieces of wood. Why are you seeing a house there? And you are seeing a sword, but it is actually steel. So this way, a foolish person sees the Atma as the body. Okay, now he changes his course. Till now, what was it? Vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadatmanaha. Now from 75, he starts tadvadatmani dehatvam pashyati ajnana yogataha. Again, due to that sheer ignorance, one sees the Atma as the body. Sheer ignorance. See, now I was ignorant. What did I see that person as? I saw him as a manager. That's my knowledge. But I was ignorant that he is the owner. Till when I was ignorant of the fact? Till I got to know that he is the owner. Now the crucial point. When I got to know him to be the owner, where did the manager go? The manager became one with the owner. This is the crucial point, which the moment I got to know that it is Atma and Atma alone in me, then where did the body go? The body becomes one with the Atma. Understand? The manager did not disappear. I came to know that he is the owner. And the manager merged with the owner. So now he is the owner come manager. So it is now the Atma come body. Know this true self to be Atma. Know it to be clay. Body is like the pot. So now what are the various examples? You are looking at a tree in water. That reflection is appearing to be like a real tree. Then again the next one says that you are assuming everything when on a shore as moving, like you are traveling on a boat. And you see that on the shore, like when you are traveling in a train. Sorry, please. So when you are traveling, you are seeing that along with the train, the whole road of the land next to you and the trees next to you are all moving along with you. Sheer ignorance. The Atma as the body is not traveling with you, it is stable. And likewise, now he goes on to say that because of this ignorance, in several manners, again and again, you are able to see that Atma as the body. It is nothing but confusion. Okay. So moving forward, now what we'll do is, we will now take up the verse number 86. I think this much was good enough for you to understand. You know the examples. I'll try to repeat now and then wherever I can in a brief manner. But the concept here is owner, manager, Atma and this Deha Bhava, body. You are considering out of ignorance that this is the body, everything is the body only, the Jiva. But when you got to know that there is something called Atma, and this Atma is none other than so and so person. So where did the body go? It merged with the Atma. So this understanding we have to get over here. So we are on verse 86. Come, let's take verse 86. These are again very powerful deviations in our study. So try to get established in this. That will do a good lot for you. It's very simple. You need just to get the hang of it. Come, we'll chant this shloka, verse number 86. Shri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaramishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokana Karanam Tam Namamyaham. Yatha Shashi Jale Bhati Chanchalatvena Kasyachita Tadvadatmani Dehatvam Pashyatya Jnana Yogataha. See, what does he say over here? Just as the moon seen in water appears flickering to someone, so through ignorance one sees that bodiness in the self. There is no moon over there, actually speaking, but out of ignorance, that flickering of the moon in the flickering water, you see this bodiness in the self. Now let's explain this to get a better understanding. So now that he's talking about, in as we saw 3 verses before, 84, he spoke about that relative motion error. Moving clouds make this still moon, it makes it move. How the thoughts, the moving prana, that make that Atman seem to be like it's also running along with the body and mind. So every moment you see a prana is going up and down, up and down. There are so many thoughts coming in. So this movement, it aligns with the self, and you see that the Atman is also running around along with you, but Atman is not. Now how do I understand this? I'll give an example. You have a glass of water. It is half full and half empty, which means that other half is containing space. Now if you move the glass from here, I move the glass to the right side. Did space move? What was there in the glass? Did that space move along with the glass? It may look like it moved, but actually it did not, because the entire glass, water was in space already. So we are all in that Atma, meaning I don't have a separate Atma and you have a separate Atma. No, we all are encompassed in that one awareness, consciousness, Chaitanya Shakti. When it reflects on your mind and the feeling of awareness what you have got in your body, that becomes the Chaitana Shakti. You understood this? So he gave that example in 84. Then in 85 what he says? See, your compass, like if something is, you have a compass and if somewhere it comes across a magnet, then it changes, its direction changes. Otherwise its job is to show north, where the natural magnetic force is prevailing. Now with moha, we are muddled with moha, not having the right understanding to do the right things in life. So we have mislocated who I am in the right way. And where is my knowledge going now? That moha is leading me towards the body, away from the self. This is where we are stuck. Okay? And now what he says in 86 is this shaking of that water. The moon seems to shake. So this mind is like that water, the ripples or the thought process which is happening in the mind. I feel I am agitated. See, he's going, every step is going deeper. Now here he relates, how are you getting stuck here? You have considered yourself, instead of being the Atma, you have considered yourself to already be the body and mind. Now whenever the mind shakes, whatever happens along with the mind, you say, I am sad, I am happy, I am feeling hungry, I am feeling agitated, I am feeling fearful. This is how this whole thing has come about. Understand that you are different from the mind. You are different from the mind. You are different from the mind. How do I understand that? Drashta and the drishya. Now your eyes are seeing something. They're seeing my desktop. Here in your case it may be seeing the TV or your mobile or the laptop. Are your eyes and the TV, mobile, laptop one and the same? No, they both are different. In the same way, you are able to see the thoughts in your mind. That is the drishya. And the one who is seeing, it is that awareness, that Chaitana Shakti in you. Know that you are not this mind and the thoughts, but you are the one who is watching the mind and the thoughts, which is the Chaitana Shakti. Don't go on pasting all the mind's restlessness on the Atman. See that agitation as ripples in the pond of your concentration or attention. Still the water, meaning if the moment the water is still, the moon is steady. So still your mind, and then automatically, just like the moon appears, absolutely crystal clear, just like the moon which is shining up, in the same way this Atma will appear to you. How this is happening? There is an object and you are the medium. There is disturbance in the whole medium. That water is the medium there. Now let's say you're going in a car and you suddenly see the person next to you who is sitting, he's jumping. Now you say, why are you jumping? You ask that person. He says, I am not jumping, the car is jumping. So you too are jumping actually along with me. Yeah, I didn't realize about myself. I was looking at you and I was surprised, why are you jumping here? So in the same way, this movement is not happening because of me, that is the Atman. Atman is steady, but the foundation is shaking. So likewise you have to bring, now how do I practice this? For these, some very good techniques are, you have to do your study of your texts, Swadhyaya what we call, and in between you have to practice silence in meditation. And then when you sit for meditation, after you prepare your mind, then you say, na deha aham bodha rupa aham. I am not the body, I am the nature of awareness. You have to rewire this. You have to create that distance between the mind and the consciousness. You have to do that, without which you will not be able to get through. You have to cross over. If you have to cross over, meaning you have to make this far. If you want to go to the second floor in construction, I am saying, if you want to construct the second floor, first get the first floor intact. You will say, no, I don't want the first floor, I'll straight go to the second floor. It will not happen. So these are all na deha aham bodha rupa aham. I am not this body, mind, senses, what is so far I had thought to be, but I am the nature of that awareness within which I feel within this body, mind, consciousness. Now there is a next level to it. This is just a reflection. But what is your true self then? If we have already known this, our true self is that entire infinite existence consciousness. That is your true self. So get established and start going higher and higher. Whatever number of floors you want to construct, you can only when the lower floors are intact. So this he conveys, and let's see now what he has to say in the 87th verse. Come. Okay. एवमात्मनि न ज्ञाते देहाद्यासो हि जायते स एवात्मा परिज्ञाते लीयते च परात्मनि लीयते च परात्मनि. Now, if you see over here, the next level of understanding in 87 is na jnate. This is very important. When not known or not recognized, what is happening? Evam, in this manner, atmani, this awareness, na jnate, when not recognized, dehadhyasaha. Dehadhyasa means this superimposition that I am this body, I am this so-called person with this body, with this mindset, with these skills, with these temperaments, with these passions, with these flaws, with these good qualities. Dehadhyasaha. He, indeed, jayate, that arises. And what does it do? Sa eva atma, that very self, that sa eva atma, that very self, when parignyataha, when you start getting to understand, now as we are getting to understand, when you start getting to understand parignyataha, liyate, meaning dissolves, it merges that false identity. Where does it merge? Paratmani, in the self. You realize now? When I got to know the owner as the owner, the manager as the owner, where did the manager go? He merged with the owner. That's all what's happening here. So far my understanding was wrong. I had considered, now in ignorance I was considering this person as my true self. But no, that Atma, that awareness in me is my true self. And here it says, it very clearly says that na jnate, till the time you have not understood, not recognized, deha dhyasaha, the body will always keep telling you, you are this, you are this, you are this. Buck up, meaning trying to push you more and more towards the body. But the moment you understand, you are true, you become the Atma, and then this false identity, where does it go? It gets merged with the Atman, Paratmani. It gets merged. And when it gets merged, what exactly happens? Then you start looking at this body as an instrument. Just like we carry our cell phone. We are not the cell phone. We carry the cell phone. And what do I do with the cell phone? I use it whenever I want. So, when the self is not known, the superimposition that I am the body is always at the prominent front. That very self, when we clearly understand and we come to know, so the false individuality dissolves in the Supreme Self. Just like as I told you, when we get to know who the true owner is, the manager gets dissolved in the owner. Understand? So in 87, he is clearly focusing on Ajnana gives you that Dehadhyasa. Just because of Ajnana. See, we have several friends, relatives, family members. What do they know about this Atma? You ask them who you are, you say, what do I tell you? See, this is my Aadhaar card. Take, you will get to know everything. And if you want, I'll give you my resume. This is what I am. Ajnana gives you the Dehadhyasa. And what is the, if that is the disease, then what is the cure? Parijnana of the Atma. Parijnana, the moment you get to know that there is a fundamental reality to this whole body which is functioning, which is the reason for the birth of this body, which is the reason for the functioning of this body, and which is the reason for the death of this body. When you get to know that, then whatever you have mistaken to be, that knowledge, it subsides in the Paramatman. Just like a child. She goes along with her mother where the river Narmada and the sea are meeting. So then she asks, she's looking at the river and saying, Mama, where does this river go? So the mother, she just took a handful of water in her hand and then she poured it in the ocean. Now she asked the child, where did this water go? The child said, in the ocean. So did the water change? No, only the name changed. Till it was on the river banks, it was known as the river water. Now it has become the ocean. What has happened? Only the name changed. Earlier also it was water, now also it is water. So too when the self is recognized, the body dissolves in that limited Paramatma, but it does not lose its identity. Earlier also it was same. See, now this points out to the fact that Tattvamasi, the essence, what is in us, and the essence, what is in that Paramatma Tattva, is one and the same. The quantity may differ, that's all. But in essence, we are the same. You just take a handful of sea water. As far as it is in your hand, it is separate from the sea. But the moment you put it back, it becomes one with the sea. So you as an Atma, the sea as the Paramatma, when you merge with the Paramatma, you become the entire essence of that Paramatma. So the ignorance in us is the Adhyasa, not knowing the seer. So we paste the seer on every aspect, whichever is the seen. I see my body, I paste the Atman on it. I see my mind, I paste the Atman on it. Oh, I am feeling sad. I don't know. So many problems. Nothing is getting resolved. So many problems in my body. And they're increasing day by day. I don't know what to do with this. Why are you saying I am suffering? I am undergoing this pain? Give it up. It says, just be a watcher. So, this knowledge can allow you to dissolve. Liyate. The error dissolves, but not the awareness. Eventually, what will happen? This body will go away. Along with the body, the mind will also go away. Your memories will go away. Your prana will go away. But not the Chetana, Chaitanya Shakti. So that way, this is what we need to. Now, how do I practice this now? Every day, like as we have a check. Now you're traveling, you have a list, like have I kept everything? You would have made a list. You just check once again, okay, has this been kept, has this been kept? You have that. So now you have a de-adhyasa. Adhyasa means imposition, superimposition. How do I de-superimpose? You just say, is this a body, a fact which is pasting on that me, which is that awareness? I am old, I am sick, I am insignificant, I am lazy. Why are you using that I? Not in the sense of aham bhava, but that awareness. That much knowledge we have. I am not that, I am nowhere there as aham bhava. Why are you using the Atma and the body together now? Or the Atma and the mind? So think for a moment. This is the rewiring which happens and which we need to do. For that you can use this principle, neti neti. I am seeing this body. No, I am not this body. I am seeing this breath. No, I am not this breath. I am seeing my hunger. I am not the prana. I am seeing the thoughts in my mind. I am not the mind. I am seeing the ideas which I am getting. I am not the intellect. This way, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, all this I am not. And then slowly what you have to say is, you have to see that sensation is happening in the body. I am clearly able to see the sensation. So I am the seer, and this body and mind and all this is the seen. So keep again doing every day, learning whatever you have learnt in the past. It will help you a lot. Very important. Either read the beautiful notes made by Mrs. Gyani, where every discourse has been written, transcript. There are so many things which will come of great help to you. Read that. Do japa. Do some mauna and then dhyana. This is how you will slowly start rising. Don't forget to eat good food. Good food in the sense sattvic food. And don't forget to give some exercise to the body and also rest well. And then finally what do you have to do? Na deha aham, bodha rupa aham. I am not the body, I am the nature of awareness. Again and again you have to do this. Unless and until you water the plant every day, it will not grow nor it will maintain its health. So same way now this Atma Jnana, till the time it fructifies, you have to be at it. Okay, now we come to verse 88. Sarvam atmataya jnatam jagat stavara jangamam abhavat sarva bhavanam dehanam cha atmata kutaha. Now he goes to another level again. See, slowly is after convincing that you are not the body, you are that Atma. Now you see how it takes us. It's going to be a leap now from here. So let's understand this leap what he takes. So here the leap is when the entire world, Stavara Jangamam, moving and unmoving, is considered to be that awareness or that Chaitanya Shakti, then since nothing else remains, when you are seeing all the inert and the lively objects, moving, unmoving, lively, unlively, all this, when you see them as that Atma and Atma alone, meaning it is that Sat. Sat means existence. Existence, in other words, means atoms. Without atoms, what is there you can see? Without the Panchabhutas, what is there you can see in this entire universe? Everything is made out of the Panchabhutas, the so-called atoms, the cell. When everything is that, is there anything which is other than that? So then how could the body claim the status of the self? You don't have to do anything here. They both are one and the same. There he takes that U-turn and he comes back and he says, how could the body claim the status of the self? You understood? There is no second thing. Now, a beautiful reckoning about the story of Prahlada. Now, in short, if you have to understand, Hiranyakashipu was torturing, trying to kill Prahlada, and he tried in various manners. He could not. All the best attempts he did to kill him, he could not. And one day he finally got fed up. He said, now there's no point in delegating this job of killing my son to somebody else. Let me take it in my own hands. So when Prahlada is brought back after the most treacherous attempts to be killed, he comes there and Prahlada is standing in front of his father with folded hands. And Hiranyakashipu, out in a rage with his gada, he comes there, mace, and he says, where is your Narayana? All the time you are saying Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Where is he? Where is your Hari? Sarvatra. He says, what do I tell you? Sarvatra. Because there is no second thing over here other than him. Then he says, Sarvatra. He scoffed. And suddenly he sees that huge pillar in his court. Very obvious pillar. He says, is he in this pillar? Then Prahlada didn't take much effort. He just smiled and he said, yes. Now then he hits the pillar and then Narasimha comes out, he kills him, and after that rage, there was a massive fight between Hiranyakashipu and Narasimha Swami. After the fight and after killing Hiranyakashipu, Narasimha Swami was like horrifying. Nobody could console him. He is in so much of rage and that anger. Now everybody is trying to mellow him down, pacify him. Even Goddess Lakshmi, she is saying, I can't go near him. I can't see him in this rage. The sages, the Saptarishis, Narada, everybody failed. And then they tell Prahlada, no, please, you go. He goes there. Fearlessly he goes. He goes and stands in front of Narasimha Swami. And then Narasimha Swami cools down. He takes him on his lap. After all this happened, then the sages, they have not achieved what Prahlada could achieve. They said, how is that you went so fearlessly to him, which we were fearing to go near him? How did you do that? Then Prahlada comes, what he's saying. He's saying there is only one. The seer, the seen, the seeing, all that we see in this entire universe is nothing but that one Narayana shining all throughout. See that knowledge. When you consider there are two, say if you're in your room, okay, you're alone, suddenly you see something moving, especially in the night, and you feel that there is somebody else. Fear sets in. As far as you have the knowledge, be it in your room or be it in your house, as far as you have the knowledge that you are alone, there is no fear. But the moment you feel strongly that there is somebody else and is hiding, then the fear starts. So he says, I know that there is only Narayana. He is Narayana, I am Narayana, you are Narayana. Why should I fear? I am no different than him. So this way, this is to understand the concept of oneness and the concept of there are no two separate beings in this universe. So the steps again, neti neti, not this, I am not this body, because I am able to see it. I am not this mind, I am able to see the mind. I am not the senses, I am able to see my senses and the havoc that creates. So sarvam atmatayaha, whatever appears is not anything other than this awareness which is within me. Just like the waves are nothing but water. The waves, the ocean is nothing but water in that way. So if only one is there, there is no second thing, then where is this question of Atma Kutaha? You don't have to ask where is this Atmata Kutaha. That body as that self, it doesn't have any understanding. As far as you are in that ignorance, you consider that body and you are stuck in it, you are away from Atma. But once you have understood that the Atman, body, there are no separate thing, then whatever and wherever you are in the concept of Atma. The body continues functioning, but I is that borderless knower in which that body, mind, world, everything arises and it sets. Come to this understanding. Using that drigdrishya, seer and seen, sarvam atmatayaha, and always if you say I am tired, immediately replace it. I am tired, I am angry, I am hungry, I am fearful. Immediately replace that tiredness, anger, hunger, and say all this is appearing in awareness. These are the initial stages. Sarvam, now change your stand. After coming to this level, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma na Dehaham Bodharupaham. Earlier you were saying, I am not this body, I am the Bodharupa, I am that awareness. Now say, all this is indeed Brahman. All this is nothing but that Lord and Lord alone. Come to this understanding. Transacting in the world you do, but within your mind understand. As that small child of 6-year-old Prahlad, see what a beautiful answer he has given. Why should I fear a gigantic Narasimha Swami in that man-lion form, who has fought with his father, who is again indeed a great warrior, blessed by Brahma. No weapons can kill him, no animal or man or any beast can kill him. See, with so many boons he had got, imagine what the fight would have been. And his knowledge was, I am not different than Lord Narasimha. And he is established in that truth. So, na dehaham bodharupaham. That is the initial stage. I am not the body, I am the nature of awareness. Now we move on to sarvam kalvamidam Brahma. You move on to this. And what are the Upanishads saying? Chandogya Upanishad is saying, Tattvamasi, the wave is water. You are nothing, your essence and the essence of Paramatma is one. Brihadaranyaka is saying, Neha nanasti kinchanaha. There is no plurality, my gentlemen. No plurality. Everything is one and one alone. Just as we say, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, Vasudeva Sarvam. Everything is that Vasudevaha. So these are these bold facts which come ahead now in front of us. You have to get established. Next Tuesday, I would not be able to take a class. So please strengthen your study. I am traveling for my mother's Shraddha, yearly Shraddha. So see that you have enough time. Don't try to now, okay, we'll revisit on next fortnight. No, please. Every day, as I told you. Swadhyaya, reading or listening. Both very good. Then again, your focus on your chanting, focus on meditation and silence for some time during the day. And then again, do some exercise, pranayam, have good food, rest well, listen to bhajans, make this. The rest of the work will keep happening. Nothing to worry. Okay. Now 89. Atmanam satatam janan kalam nayamahamate prarabdham akhilam bunjan na udvegam kartum arhasi. Here he uses the word mahamate. Mahamate means, oh intelligent one. He is telling us, intelligent one. Now, he has already given us a title, so we should better behave like intelligent, not like fools. So here it means, Mahamate. What is this Mahamate? Why am I called a Mahamate over here? Now you have understood. You have been studying for so long. Oh enlightened one, pass your time always contemplating that self. See, now you are established, right? There is no two, there is only one, that awareness. First get the hang of that awareness within your body, then expand it. I will teach you how to expand. Expand it to encompass the entire universe. So pass your time always contemplating that self, meaning that Atma, Paramatma, and even as you go through all the results of the Prarabdha karma, see, here is coming to that crucial aspect. Even as you are going through the result of all the Prarabdha karma, it does not befit you to become distressed. Oh intelligent one, why are you getting distressed? What is that which is shaking you? If that is shaking you, meaning you have not done your study well. Beef up on your study. Nothing should shake you in this world. You should get to this fact. Every time somebody is disturbing you in your life, thank them. Because of you, I came to know that I am disturbed to this extent. Because of you, I came to know that I am not disturbed at all. See, you need to learn boxing. So you need a punching bag to box. Okay, punching in the air is also fine, but not as good as punching on a punching bag. So these people around you who cause misery in your life are like the punching bags. Thank them first. And then realize, okay, earlier you were doing this to me, and this is the quantum of discomfort I was experiencing. Now it's about a week or a month. I see that it's not there at all, or it has decreased drastically. If that is happening, meaning you are getting established in that true self. Otherwise, you are where you are only. You need to change your strategy. You need to talk to your guru and get better advice how to move forward in this sadhana. By this time I'm telling you, nothing should disturb you. If you are sincerely following, maybe very little, if at all there is some residue, very little. But the fact is, having known the truth, you become the seer, and this whole personality should become the seen. That way. So here in this verse, the teacher addresses the student as Mahamate, meaning, oh great-minded one, oh intelligent one. So the student is lovingly reminded of his own wisdom and is actually encouraged to live. How? Getting anchored in the knowledge of the Atma. So we should keep our attention on the Atma at all times. No matter whatever events unfold in our life due to the Prarabdha karma. You understood, Sanchita. Prarabdha is this life which is already, the arrow is shot. So whatever has to come to you in this life will come. And understand, when your Papa and Punya are close to 50-50, you get a human birth. When their Punya is above 50, then you go to the Devata, the heavens. You enjoy, only enjoy, like you go for a vacation. What is there in a vacation? You don't have to cook, you don't have to take care of your household chores. You don't have to go to office, you don't have to attend to mails. No, you are enjoying all the time, right from morning till night you are enjoying. So same way your punya is high. So that punya is like the money you are spending over there and the good times you are spending. So you go to the heavens. The moment it comes down, when it is at the mark of close to 50-50, you get a human birth. Now if it goes below 50, depending on how much below it is 50, that much of dukkha is going to be there in your life. You will get lower and lower grades of species of birth. You will go lower and lower. So now knowing that we have the Prarabdha karma, you will have joy, you will have sorrow. I can correlate Prarabdha karma or life to be something like a lift. Have you ever seen a lift which is always going only up? It goes up, it comes down. So life is nothing but an elevator. It has to go up and it has to come down. Again to go up. And it has to again come down to again go up. So that way. So know the fact. Life is going to be like an elevator. So sometimes it may not go all the way up. You may have a small bounce. If it is a 25 floors, it may go up to the 5th floor and again it may come down. Sometimes it may go up to the 25th floor and come to the 15th floor and again go up. So that way. So be aware of the fact that there are going to be ups and downs. And whenever now O enlightened one, Mahamate, understand that these events are happening to the body and to the mind, not to the Atma. Who are you? You are the Atma in this body and mind. You are using this body and mind as an instrument. Spend your time rooted in that awareness. Day in and day out, remember, I am that Atma, that changeless self. Repeat it 1,000 times, it doesn't matter. But get established in this fact. Out of ignorance, I had thought myself to be this Jiva, but I am not this Jiva. I am this awareness, Atma in me. So while the body is experiencing pleasure, pain, success, failure, know that this is all the dualities of life. Know that the elevator is working well, it is going up, it is coming down. If it stops, meaning it is not working. So your life is going well as far as it is going up and again coming down. So this verse, it says, experience all your Prarabdha. In other words, try to finish your Prarabdha now. You are getting knowledge on one side, but this short arrow, which is coming with good and bad, without getting any disturbance or agitation, experience it. So when we are identified what happens with that Atma, the eternal self, we can face the results of the past karma with that equanimity. How we are able to do that? Because you know that you are an observer of whatever is happening to this body, mind, and senses. Just as the movie which is playing on the screen, but the screen remains unchanged. So whatever events of our life are happening, the enlightened person, the person who has this knowledge, who is established in this knowledge, will remain calm and unshaken by the life's changes. See, here I would like to read the specific words of what Swami Chinmayananda says, our Gurudev. Very beautifully he has mentioned this. I would just like to read that. Come. Now what it says, I'll try to take the very important aspects here. Having experienced the self, go on working hard, experiencing all the prarabdha, living through all the destinies of the body, meeting the challenges of life as and when they reach, without ever protesting, without ever describing anything. See, the moment we get disturbed, we go on telling people, "Arey, this is happening." Don't disturb. The moment you start describing, you are giving importance to what is happening. Just ignore. Without ever protesting, without ever describing anything, or courting anything, or wanting anything. Accept all that comes your way. Accept all that comes your way. Reject nothing. Keep nothing. See, you don't have to make a special effort to reject. At the same time, don't keep anything, either physically or mentally, with you, and reflect every circumstance you are in. Reflect. I am the observer, meaning change your position. I am not this person. I am not this person. Carry the cross of life cheerfully. Whatever might happen to you or physical self, never get agitated, but accepting calmly everything and that comes your way, looking at all these as a mere witness. The key is become a sakshi. Something is happening to somebody. You are a sakshi. What is happening to him is not happening to you. Know that it is happening, but not to me. It is happening to this body and mind out of the prarabdha karma. Okay? Looking at all these as a mere witness, refuse to worry about anything. Worry is the enemy of man, but you should also remember that you cannot have happiness all the 365 days of the year. Problems, worries, disappointments and sorrows are all the constituents of life. Understand this. You have come as a human life with an equal amount of worries and sorrows and hurdles. They are the effects carved by Prarabdha. You are the Atman, the Brahman. The self at all times illumines the mind. You will mind your mind only when you identify with the mind. You will mind your mind only when you identify with the mind. Withdraw the self from the mind. Just like he gives an example. Supposing in the dream you are employed, remember in the waking state you are unemployed. Understand all that you experience is a long drawn dream when you wake up. Hence, O intelligent one, Mahamate, spend your time treating all this as a happy game, and when the time to quit the body, mind, intellect comes, that means when your death comes, happily withdraw from all these limitations and live the life of the spirit, which means the Atma. Even after the self-realization, you will continue in the equipments of the body mind. Now you have got this, you are a Mahamate. Continuous practice, you have understood. I have practiced the seer and the seen so well that now I am distancing my true self from this body mind. So for the momentum gathered by these equipments, their pilgrimage of ignorance has to get exhausted. Understand, whatever you are carrying as your Prarabdha karma, good, bad, ugly, sad, everything will come to you at its right time. Accept it. Accept nothing, keep nothing, reject nothing. What are you doing? It's going to the body. What am I concerned? If my next door person is getting one after the other parcels from Amazon, I'm not getting anything. I'm only seeing that he's getting. That's all. So whatever good, bad, ugly, sad you are getting, become an observer and stay in the state of the witness. I'll take the 90th verse because I need to talk about how this Prarabdha is not going to affect. He says, Are you are saying that this Prarabdha will come, but to a Jnani, Jivan Mukta, Prarabdha is not going to affect. How is that? What is his contention? What is his argument over here? Let's understand that in verse 90. This is again a very elucidate verse, I can say. You need to understand this carefully, which means it is indirectly pointing you to reach that state in life. Utpanne atma vignate api prarabdham na eva munchati. Utpanne atma vignate api prarabdham na eva munchati. Iti yat shruyate shastre tat nirakriyate adhuna. Iti yat shruyate shastre tat nirakriyate adhuna. I am breaking the sandhi over here for our better understanding. So, now, when we know that the hard facts of creation, what is this Jiva, what is this Paramatma, all that we have known now. So, here he tries to say that you have to know that this Prarabdha actions, they cannot be dissolved. They will come to you as joy, sorrow, success, failure, happiness, sadness, good, bad, ugly, sad. All this is going to come. Now that agitation, just to give a little foundation to this, I'll tell you an instance. This will happen now, this shloka of 90th shloka. How Prarabdha will not affect you can happen when you have reached that state of Atma Jnana or Jivan Mukta. Now, King Janaka of Mithila, he was also known as the Raja Rishi. He was a Raja and at the same time he was a Rishi because he was embedded with that knowledge. A king and a realized sage, they say, at the same time. Even though he was realized, but he was constantly studying. A very devoted student of sage Ashtavakra. One day, sage Ashtavakra, he was teaching, he was conducting his class in the palace. So King Janaka, they were not in the palace, but they were in the ashram. Close by in his palace, there was a forest, and in that ashram, he was there. Now a messenger comes running. And in panic he says, "This city is ablaze in flames. Massive fire is burning down the palace and the capital." Immediately when they hear this, all the other disciples, they are gasped in alarm actually. And it looks like a terrible disaster. Like not only palace, it's that entire kingdom is in danger. No, but everybody is surprised to see Janaka's reaction was nothing to all this. And rather what he was, apart from being calm, what does he say to the messenger? Kim boho means, hey, Kimartam me guruho pravachanam bhadase? Why are you interrupting my teacher's discourse? He says, Dahatyam chet nagaram yathedam daiva vidhina. He says, if destiny so ordains, let the city burn. Satya tattva nishtam madiyam buddhim mam vichalaya. I do not disturb my steadfast focus on the supreme truth which I am learning. Satya tattva nishtam, supreme reality, I am studying on that. Then he says, Gacha ma vignaya. He says, go, do not hinder me, do not disturb me. See now, this is the kind of a clarity he had as to what is the supreme most requirement in life. I am studying about Atma Jnana and you are coming and telling me that the palace is on fire. What have I got to do? I have a system in place. The system will work. Out of my own anxiety, I will be again and again trying to check. I am not going to take the water pipe and going to put off the fire. I am not going to do all that. There are people, there are systems, there are processes which will take care, which I have already done and I have come here to study. Now they will do. And in spite of all my efforts, if the palace has to still burn, Daiva, destiny, what can I do? So this is that level of commitment towards Atma Jnana. And a little more humor there. A few days later, it so happened that the session was going on and suddenly somebody comes and he says, "Ray, monkeys are tearing up all the monks' loin clothes which they had kept for drying. They are picking them up." There were so many monks who were studying over there. And immediately he sees that all these monks, they run to save their loin cloth. Janaka Maharaj was having a smile within, but he did not say anything. He was calm. He says, "Yes, see, that loin cloth is their property. Now the palace was my property. Whatever I could do, I want to reciprocate. I reciprocated on those lines. But here I can't do anything." See, so even if you have one loin cloth, see the attachment people have. It's not about how much you have. It's about how much attachment you have in life. What you consider to be the supreme most and what you consider to be of the least importance. So this detachment and steady wisdom, that they were constituted to be genuine. Even on hearing that the entire palace, it didn't do any harm to him. So Atmanam Satatam Gnatva. Hear what it says. Atmanam Satatam Gnatva. Keep the self in mind at all times. Bunjan Prarabdham Akhilam. Calmly experiencing whatever results life brings to you without any anxiety. Become a sheer witness, a sheer observer. Know that you are different from the person who is experiencing all this. Now, how do I practice this? Look at a lotus leaf, Padma Patra. What is there? Now, it is that large leaf, it has a waxy surface. Put some drops of water on it. You should do this exercise whenever you get a chance to see such a kind of a leaf. Pour water. Whatever amount of water you pour, it falls down. So what is that which is preventing it from the water to wet it? It is that special coating which it has got. Now give this spiritual coating of knowledge to your life. Life events should not soak or stain you with worry. That is how it will happen when you have coated that spiritual coating of this Atma Jnana knowledge. So we have to live in the world like a lotus leaf. Although we are in water, fully in contact with water, but we are unstained. See, anything in water for a long time, what happens? It rots. But see the lotus leaf, whatever amount of time it is on water, but unstained. So we have to coat our life with that spiritual coating of knowledge. That's how. So kind of how do we practice? Again, daily contemplation. I am the peaceful self, untouched by any passing experience. You have to make an effort. Morning, afternoon, evening, especially morning, as soon as you get up, the first 2-3 minutes, and in the evening, this will work, I'm telling you. I am the peaceful self, or that awareness, peaceful self, untouched by any passing experience which I'm going to have throughout the day. Setting this intention daily can create that proactive mindset. It prepares your brain. When challenges arise, recall this thought to center yourself again in that situation of I am that self. Which situations, wherever in life, whenever they upset, who is that me that is getting upset? Now think about it, distance it. I am a Mahamate. Now here who Shankaracharya is telling you, Mahamate, you have read so many, now 89 verses you have read. By this time you are already Mahamate. Great-minded, you are already knowing the self. So what do? Distance yourself. I am the undisturbed self. Remain as calm as that deep ocean. Let the water of the Prarabdha splash. Nothing will happen to me. Imagine you are that vast sky. Clouds are passing. Thoughts are passing the sky. They don't affect the sky. Whatever be the number of clouds which are there, become that serene observer. So when you see this, that happened to my body or mind, whatever has happened, due to the past karma, not of me, of this body. This body has come and this body will go. Isn't it a fact? Isn't it a fact that this person came and this person went? But what happens to us? We come with the person and we go as a person. So again we come back as a person. But if you are able to cut, snap it, saying what? I am not this person. It is not me. I am a sure witness of this, pure and steady. Over time, this reflection, it will train your mind to release worries, and it will in turn, it will strengthen your identification with the true self. It is Naya Kalam. Spend that time in self-awareness. Again and again spend that in self-awareness and get rid of what you have thought to be the wrong self as the true self. So now in this verse 90, again giving you that background from where you are coming. What is it? What is heard in some scriptures? What is saying is Utpanne Atma Vijnate. After that self-knowledge, Prarabdam na eva munchati. Prarabdha will not dissolve. This is what the scriptures are saying, which is heard. That is iti yat shruyate shastra, in the scriptures. So here that means tat. Nirakriyate, being refuted. Aduna. Aduna means now it is being refuted. What is heard in some scriptures, that even after that self-knowledge arises, Prarabdha does not cease. That is now refuted. How? We'll see from two angles. Paramarthika Satya and Vyavaharika Satya. We know there are three levels of reality. Pratibhasika, which is at the dream level, where it is just an appearance in your mind. Like as you see a mirage in a desert, as you see silver on a seashell, that is Pratibhasika. So here we are taking Vyavaharika, which is the waking world, transactional, practical world. And Paramarthika is the highest reality. Okay, now in this highest reality, how do you say that the Prarabdha karma which comes to this jiva, this body, will not affect? Now, when the self, meaning the Atma, is truly known, that separate this jiva is only a superimposition. Now you understand? Superimposition is The manager is imposed on the owner. What is the true nature? Owner. But he has imposed upon himself as the manager. So if no true Jiva ever existed, whose Prarabdha can continue? If the manager has got a salary, does this owner have to pay a salary to the manager? Think. See, this example is so fitting so well. Manager was just a name. There's no salary to be given to the manager. So this Jiva was just a name. It is a Prarabdha, can continue, but there is no doer, there is no enjoyer, there is no Prarabdha. So that Prarabdha remains after Jnana. So that is refuted over here. Once you get that Jnana at the Paramarthika level, I am this Atma. What happens to this body? What happens to my neighbor? What happens to the person on the street? What happens to the person in another town, city, country? How does it matter to me? If he has not paid his taxes, I am not responsible for that. So if this body, Jiva, is suffering, enjoying, undergoing ups and downs, I am the observer of this. See, this you can understand when you become the observer, not the observed, ED. Okay. At the Vyavaharika level, how does Bhagavan Shankaracharya refute it? He's saying for teaching and for the onlookers. What do we say? We say the body is, like say the body, mind, consider it, you're playing a film. Okay, now there is a reel. In the theater at the back, in the projector, there is a reel. Now what does it do? It downloads everything which is there from the start till the end on this screen. That job is that. You switch on the projector and then that scoop will start rolling. And through that light, all the information is transmitted onto the screen. So now the Jnani at the Vyavaharika level, in the transactional world, he stays like that screen, unaffected by the movie which is being played on the life of this person, the Jiva of this person. You need to listen to this again and understand better. Just think that this every aspect in your life is nothing but streaming which is happening. You don't have a control. Even the director also has no control. Whatever he shot the movie, he has already shot. Now you say, I want to change this sequence. Let this come first and the other sequence come later. You cannot. It's already in the reel and that is being played on the screen. Don't become the movie, but become the screen on which the movie is being played. So self alone is, there is no second thing called Prarabdha that can bind. You're understanding this? So this is, it was a rope always, there is no snake at all. Look at that. Now you look at the screen, okay? And then you create a storm, a movie, a storm which is there and which is, there is a, let's say, tsunami which is appearing on the screen, but will that screen get wet? Even to the slightest extent. Huge tsunami you saw. For how much time? For almost 1 hour you saw the reel of tsunami. Not even a drop of water wets the screen. So like as Swami Vivekananda said, he says, a mirage cannot wet even a grain of sand in the desert. In the same way, you have to become the screen unless and until you move out of this personality. And all these techniques which we are learning over here is to move out from that personality. And even though the Vedas say that Prarabdha is there for this Jiva, Shankaracharya, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says there is no Prarabdha for this Jiva which has already transcended from the Jiva Bhava. What a beautiful and powerful statement Mahamate, A learned one. What do you do now? When you inhale, Na Karta. When you exhale, say Na Bhokta. Do this. Bodha Rupaham, I am that awareness. We are breathing continuously. Say Naham Karta, Naham Bhokta. Bodha Rupaham. Unless and until you rewire your brain, it will keep playing the same thing. Now you have a tape recorder. You put a cassette and then you switch it on. What will it play? It will play what is recorded in the cassette. Unless and until you record something else in the cassette, you will not be able to get something else to listen. So in the same way, our brain now is wired with ignorance. Now you rewire it with more of jnana and get released. Body, mind, it's just an event appearing. See it on the awareness, not of awareness. See it on the screen of awareness. And there you get established. See a burnt rope. It looks like a rope. You have seen sometimes, a rope which is burnt, it's absolutely like a rope, but it has got no strength at all. It's ash. So when your knowledge sets in, your Prarabdha looks like Prarabdha, but it does not have the effect of Prarabdha. A fan is turning, you have switched off the light. Although it is turning, but you know that though it is turning, there is nothing behind it because I have already switched off the light, the power. So if you have a debt in the dream, when you wake up, that debt is not there. If you have won a lottery also, that money is not there with you. So in the same way, come to this higher reality. Move from the Vyavaharika Satya to the Paramarthika Satya and rewire your brain. The key word here is rewire, rewire, rewire. Change the song in your cassette if you want to listen to a new song. Otherwise, you'll keep listening to the same song. Thank you. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. We'll straight go to Purnamada. I'm sorry, we have taken 10 minutes more. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Together we offer today's Jnana Yajna at the lotus feet of the Lord. Seek His grace, mercy, blessings. All that we are listening and wanting to become, make us a true Mahamate, packed with that solid understanding and steadfastness. Om Tat Sat. Okay. Thank you everybody. Have a wonderful, pious, blissful Navratri at right time. So much of cosmic energy is in the atmosphere. Make use of all this. And in fact, we made a small note today about how these 9 days have to be celebrated. I'll try to put it on the Imbibe group. Okay, Hari Om. So as I mentioned, there will be no class next Tuesday. You have good time to practice, go back and forth and revive strength, and we'll meet again.
तापत्रय विनिर्मुक्तः देहत्रय विलक्षणः अवस्थात्रय साक्ष्यस्मि अहमेवा परस्परविलक्षणो दृग्ब्रह्मदृश्यं मायेति सर्ववेदान्तडिण्डिमः अहं साक्षीति यो विद्यात् विविच्यैवं पुनः पुनः स एव मुक्तः स विद्वान् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः घटकुड्यादिकं सर्वं मृत्तिकामात्रमेव च तद्वद्ब्रह्म जगत्सर्वम् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः ब्रह्म सत्यं जगन्मिथ्या जीवो ब्रह्मैव नापरः अनेन वेद्यं सच्छास्त्रम् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः अन्तर्ज्योति बहिर्ज्योतिः प्रत्यग्ज्योतिः परात्परः ज्योतिज्योति स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिशिवोऽस्म्यहम् ज्योतिज्योति स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिशिवोऽस्म्यहम्
Connected to iPhone.